Thabo Bester was born into a world of darkness, his existence marked by tragedy and crime. Born on June 13th, somewhere between 1983 and 1986, his mother was only 16 when she was brutally raped by a local storekeeper who offered her a ride home after visiting her sister. He was subsequently raised by his grandparents, and from a very young age he seemed to be destined for a life of crime. When he was only 4 years old, his grandfather found him in possession of a large wand of cash, and after confronting Thabo, he told him that a neighbor had given it to him. His grandfather then took him to the lady's house, and when they got there, she didn't even know that the money was missing. A year later, when Thabo was 5, the owner of a local tavern confronted the family after Thabo admitted to stealing a bottle of coins from the family's home. By the time Thabo was 17 years old, he had already completed his first stint in prison. He was charged and convicted of house burglary and stealing from someone in the community. In 2004, he was released into the care of his mother, but his criminal tendencies continued to flourish. In 2005, just as social media was gaining momentum, Thabo Bester embarked on a new career as a con man. Posing as an international scout, he approached aspiring models online and promised to send them for auditions and arrange brand collaborations, all for a fee to belong to his fake agency. However, it wasn't just money that he took from his victims. He would gain their trust, meet some of them in person, and then rob them of their possessions. His scheme was eventually uncovered in 2009 when he was charged with fraud and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Despite serving only 2 years, he was released on parole in 2011, ready to wreak havoc once again. Shortly after his release in 2011, Thabo doubled down on his deceitful ways, taking his model agency scam to new heights. He continued with his scam of pretending to be an international scout, but now also forged paperwork to secure chartered planes, luxurious hotel rooms, and expensive camera equipment, all while providing fake payment receipts. He'd then fly down aspiring models with promises of success, only to rob them of their possessions and sell the expensive camera equipment he acquired. He was eventually nabbed at the end of 2011, where he was charged for robbing and raping 2 women. Thabo was then released on bond while the investigation continued. That same year, he also met an aspiring model and car saleswoman, unfiltered, who sold him a BMW. He once again posed as an international talent scout and quickly charmed his way into unfiltered's life. The two became close and eventually dated for a short while, before Bester stabbed her to death at a bed and breakfast in Cape Town. He was arrested in 2012 and found guilty of the murder of unfiltered, as well as the rape and robbery of the 2 women in 2011. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility